Right guys, so I'm just waiting for the GTR to get here. Should be here any minute now. Oh, I think I can see it. Oh yeah, there it is. What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. So getting this car into the workshop was a struggle, as you just seen. It actually took us about an hour just to get the car down the little decline. Getting it into the workshop, you had to chain the car to the post and wrench it in. So it was a lot of effort, but we finally got it in. And we got the car on all 4 skates. Even though it's got these skates under each tyre, it's still a bit of a struggle moving it around, because obviously you've got this one tyre back here which is popped out. So the car just naturally wants to kind of pull along this way, making our job even harder. But we finally got it positioned where we want it. So what we're going to do now is just talk you guys through the car and show you where the damage is. It is quite obvious where the damage is, obviously the quarter panel, but we'll just show you where the other bits and bobs of damage is. We'll show you guys the outside of the car, and then once we've done that, we'll show you the inside of the car. Once we kind of got an idea of the parts that we need, we can start ordering bits. But the car doesn't start or drive, so the main issue right now is getting the car started, because there's no point ordering parts if the car doesn't start. So yeah, we're going to show you guys around the car now. So if you just join me, we'll just show them around the car.
Some of you guys are thinking why we got this duct tape right here is just in case somebody tries to open it and breaks the windscreen, because it is very close to the windscreen.
Yeah, if you look around this side, you'll see that it's close to the windscreen and the wing as well. So we don't want this wing to get damaged. These wings on this car are very expensive. I've seen someone list a wing for about £800. That's how expensive they are. So it is quite.
The parts on these cars are very expensive. So it's not going to be really a cheap build.
Yeah, this is going to be one expensive fix. I think it might cost more than the RS6, a lot more.
Yeah, definitely.
So if you look in the bonnet, not the bonnet, if you look under the bonnet, you'll see that you've got these pop-ups. This is basically a safety mechanism. So if you do hit someone, a pedestrian, the bonnet will basically pop up. It'll stop the person from actually rolling into the windscreen and ending up inside the car. So this basically lessens the impact of the damage when somebody hits the car. So yeah, that's what it's designed for. So we'll have to replace these. These actually cost quite a lot of money, these do. I think the cheapest one I've seen is like £500.
Yeah,
so that's going to be an expensive fix.
We might have to change the hinges as well, because it might be bent.
Also, there's a module that you need to reset for these.
That's behind the dash.
Yeah, because there's 2 modules. One's for the
you have one for the interior and one for the exterior, which are these 2. So
we'll have to reset both of those once you've changed these airbags and the pop-ups as well. In case you guys don't know, these engines are hand built, and that's the name of the person who built them. I'm not even bother pronouncing that. I can't really read that, to be honest. So yeah, these engines are hand built, and each engine does vary in horsepower. So some might have more, some might have less.
It's got a nice little feature to it. This carbon fibre strip right here is like a strut.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's not as good looking as the M4 strut, but it's alright. It's some carbon fibre. And this whole frame here, that's carbon fibre as well.
Yeah, this is all carbon fibre. This front panel right here, it holds the rad packs in as well.
There's actually quite a lot of carbon fibre pieces to this car. They want to keep it as lightweight as they can.
You see, it says it right here as well.
Car, yeah. Carbon fibre composite. So yeah, underneath the hood it's not too bad. Have you got these, or is it missing?
I've seen them in the back.
In the back? Oh,
on the back seats, on the footwell.
If you look around here, it is missing the lip that sits back here. It is a facelift GTR, so it's got the fog light. Are the intercoolers alright? Not the intercoolers, the rad.
Yeah, the rads look
It's
alright.
hard to tell from here.
Yeah, the rads are alright. The intercooler's on this side. The intercoolers look fine, you can see them they're right there. Then you got the oil cooler on this side, which will need replacing because it's
Yeah,
damaged.
it was leaking quite bad, the old cooler.
Yeah, put a bucket on it there.
So the wing is completely crushed. Definitely need to replace that.
Yeah, definitely the wing light, which is missing. The bumper there need to be replaced, as well as the oil cooler.
The vent here as well, that's broken. We can actually, this is a separate piece here, so we can keep that. Just replace this piece here.
Yeah, they're two different sections.
Yeah.
So I did try to actually put some air inside the tyre, so it's easy to get the skates on. But when we was putting the air in, it's coming straight out because it's got a nasty cut round here. So that tyre obviously is scrap, and the rim is scrap as well because it's totally buckled from here. It's bent.
You know, you can actually get these repaired, but I'll just change it.
No, I wouldn't even bother getting that repaired. I'll change them.
Well, moving on to the door, there's a fair bit of damage on the lower part of the door. If you look around there, there's a massive indent down here, and there's a massive dent on the skirt as well. It's actually a hole back here, and a massive hole here
We'll
as
have
well.
to look more into that to see if it's actually hit the sill or not.
Yeah, if it's hit the lower sill, we'll have to
That'll
definitely
need to
sort
repair
that out as well, yeah. Hopefully it's not too
It's
bad.
been scuffed here as well, and it's broken the plastic for the mirror. You probably repair that.
Yeah, basically this whole side, every panel on this side needs fixing, to be honest, or replacing. I should say replacing really, because we're not going to fix this. This is literally, this whole side is just completely gone. There's not one panel on here that we can actually reuse. So we'll definitely replace this whole side of the car. Actually, the one thing we can reuse is that. That's the only thing that actually survived.
Yeah, we could repair, well, the bottom section of it, which is
yeah,
cracked,
that
we
is-
could repair that. That's not an issue. The thing is, I don't like filler, so I don't want any filler on the car. The only filler you'll have is where it needs to be, like obviously when we put the spot welds in and lineage them down and to flatten them.
So as you can see, guys, majority of the damage is on the quarter panel. So this whole quarter panel we're going to be replacing, as well as the rear driver's side leg and the rim as well. He's going to basically talk you through how he's going to go about actually replacing the quarter panel, because it's not going to be an easy job.
Yeah, definitely it's not going to be easy, but it'll be a challenging job. But these are the sort of jobs I like to do. It's not the first job I've actually done, so the way to do this is, what you want to do is pull this section out as far as possible. Once you got it to a reasonable level, then you start cutting it out. What you need to do is cut the rear quarter glass out and the rear glass as well. Once that's been cut out, you have spot welds on them. I'll show you right here. We'll be drilling out the spot welds. These are all spot welds around here. So if you drill them all out, there'll be spot welds around here, and also under the glass as well, going along the side. So once you drill them all out, then you can start getting that skin off. But it'll need more than a skin replacing. It'll have like panels on the inside that will be damaged as well, that will be replacing. So it's not just the outside quarter that will need replacing.
Alright, working our way to the back of the car, you'll see that there's a lot of wiring back here. I think most of it's alright. I mean, there's nothing that's actually split.
That's full of light.
Yeah, and then down here as well. Well, you can't really see much of what's down here, but it
You won't be
seems to
able to
alright.
tell, you see like these?
Yeah.
Until we don't start pulling it, you won't really be able to tell. The exhaust is damaged as well. It's not just the tips, the exhaust is damaged and it's pushed back as well, so that exhaust will need replacing. The tailgate looks alright, to be honest with you.
So does the spoiler. Seems fine.
I think the hinges need to be replaced. That's bent, that is.
Yeah. Well guys, so I'll open the tailgate for you, but it's actually locked and we don't have the key.
Keys, yeah.
Yeah, so we have to leave that for now. Yeah, so it's obviously the bumper is damaged as well. That will need replacing. It's actually quite a big bumper if you think about it. For a rear bumper, it's massive.
Yeah, definitely, it's quite wide as well.
Yeah, I think when you get the new one, it'll be easy to line up the quarter panel to the new bumper, won't it?
Yeah, definitely, and we need
Yeah.
to obviously get the hinge. You can tell right here the hinge is bent for the tailgate. Might
Yeah,
replace
that's
this one
interesting.
and the other one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually pushed the whole tailgate to this one side. You can see here, it's right next. There's literally no gap there. It's touching the quarter panel this side.
We won't be able to tell unless we could lift this up, then obviously inspect it from underneath and see if it is usable.
Hopefully it's alright. If you look down here, it's actually got a carbon fibre diffuser back here. Seems to be cracked on that side. Not sure if you can see this. So that will need replacing as well.
It is right.
And there's a little grill up here as well. See this grill? That looks alright, doesn't it?
No, it's broken from around the end.
Oh, okay, yeah, it is. It is
So
damaged
that will
there.
all need replacing.
Yeah, and this piece here as well.
That's a lower.
The surround for the exhaust.
Lower lip. So it's got a reverse camera as well, which is a nice feature to have.
As well as that, obviously guys, the light, it's inside the car, the rear light, but it is completely smashed, so we'll have to replace that as well. And this is a facelift model, so it's got the rings, so we'll have to get those ring lights, and they cost a lot more than the pre-facelift. Right guys, so this side is pretty much mint. To be honest with you, if the car was damaged on this side as well, I wouldn't have bought it. So I'm glad that this side is actually pretty much mint.
Yeah, this is the only side that's actually in good condition. The other side is totally mangled.
So what we're going to do now is show you the inside. The inside is a little mouldy, and it's quite wet as well, because if you look around here, you'll see there's a bit of a gap up here, and water's been getting through. So the inside of the car is a little wet, so hopefully there's no water damage to the electronics.
See right here, the tail lights here. The lens, well, the whole light's all broken. It's got a lot of mould around it. Got water bottles and all sorts in here.
Yeah, there's mould everywhere.
Before
There's a lot of water back there. Guys, earlier on I found a mouldy pizza crust back here, so I think the driver must have been eating and driving at the same time. I threw that away. I don't want to show you guys that. That was absolutely rank. So yeah, it was sat right back there. The majority of the mould is.
I pulled that myself. That back.
Oh yeah, we were just inspecting the back of the car. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's not actually the damage.
There's quite a bit of water back there as well.
It looks like it's been parked up for a while.
Yeah, it has.
That's why it's got mould and water and all sorts on
You
the
have to give
inside.
it a proper clean. Well, as you look at the airbags, you see the dashboard and the steering airbags are actually fine. They haven't been deployed, but the curtain airbag, that's gone, and so has the seat airbag. So I'm actually glad that the dashboard and steering airbag are alright, because that would have cost us about probably £1,500 just to replace them, right around that figure. That's what I'm guessing. So yeah, I'm glad that they're okay. It's just the seat airbag and the curtain airbag. But the inside of the car, apart from the mould, is actually alright. It's not too bad. We'll have to definitely give it a proper deep clean to get rid of all this nasty mould.
That seat, well, see if you could get a seat airbag for them, get that stitched up. If not, we'll replace them with some better seats.
Yeah.
You could actually get the Nismo seats for them. If not, we'll just change them with some Nismo seats.
There's barely any room back here. So as a passenger in the back seat, you literally got no space at all. I don't think these cars are actually designed for backseat passengers. I'm going to regret sitting in this mouldy seat now, but well, I'm in there now. As you can see, I've barely got any space. My seating position would be further back.
There's barely any gap at the back
And
as
if you look
well.
back there, there's barely any space here. So it's not really a car for like tall people or carrying multiple passengers. At the most, 2 people. I mean, there's no point having the seats in the back, to be honest, if you've got that much space. So you've got carbon fibre up here, down here as well. And also the digital gauges on the screen here, they're actually designed by Gran Turismo. So it's a nice little feature to have. It shows you a lot of the G-force, power output, all sorts of bits and bobs. And I like the fact that this is quite simple down here. You've got your start button and just a gear knob, so it's really simple. And yeah, I just love the way it looks. The layout of the car is really good as well. It's got these massive flappy paddles as well. The RS6 flappies are quite small. These are actually huge.
And they're made out of pure metal, not plastic.
So yeah, I'm going to get out of this car now because it's quite cramped and it's mouldy as well. Does need a proper clean. Alright, so that's the inside of the car done. So I've showed you guys the outside, the inside as well. And as you can see, it is a huge job. There's a lot of things that need doing. There's a lot of pounds that need replacing. But I think the main issue right now is the fact that the car doesn't come with keys and we need to get the car started. I think before we start ordering bits, we want to get the car started just to make sure that the car, does run before we start ordering bits. So the next step is to basically get hold of someone that can do the keys for us. Hopefully code the keys or get hold of the previous owner, see if we can get the keys off them if they have the keys. So yeah, that will be the next step. And then once we got the car started, we can start looking at ordering parts. I know for sure this car is going to be a long job for us. There's a lot of things we need to do. So hopefully in the next video we'll have a good update for you guys. Maybe we'll have the car started, we'll have the keys or something. But we're going to definitely get on this now because we want to get this car sorted because there's a lot of work that he's doing. So we're going to end the video there. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Everyone that's followed us on Instagram, they knew a day before that we got a GTR. So if you don't follow us on Instagram, make sure you do. That way you'll be updated a lot sooner than people on YouTube. So yeah, we're going to end the video there. Thanks a lot for watching. Comment, like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you on the next GTR video.